Good morning and welcome back to Naomi's Scrappy DIY Retreat. If this is your first time with us, thank you so much for joining us. To those of you who are returning, again, thank you so much. If you are new, please hit the subscribe button and the little notification bell. That way every time I have a new video, you will be able to see it. So today we are crafting 4 Dollar Tree bulb DIYs. Really, they are fairly easy and fairly inexpensive to make. In a couple frames, I'll be showing you exactly what materials you'll need to have, excuse me, in order to make these 4 bulb DIYs. But you can also find it down in the description below. So our very first ornament we're going to be using is going to be one of the bulb hanging ones that have the flat bottom. So there are a few things that I need to let you know in the process. These are all of the items that we're going to be using, the ribbons that I ended up using, but this is the item you're going to be needing for the very first one. So what I did was I ended up taking some white Waverly chalk paint and coating the outside, like not coating, dry brushing the outside of the cap to this ornament, and then also the outside edge, which honestly you do not need to do the outside edge because when you apply the ribbon you're not going to see it. But I also applied it to the inside of the cap as well, and I'm going ahead and doing both of these ornaments since I need to do the same technique for both of them. And I don't think what I show you later on is and I should have sped through this, I apologize, but I don't think what I showed you in the end was that I actually, yes, I did show you later on, but we are going to be using Mod Podge. So that is just to help keep that white so that it doesn't get nicked up easier, because that plastic is very smooth and it can easily nick up. But I'm also painting the inside, that way when your snow moves on the inside of the globe, it'll still kind of have a snowy look on the bottom as well. So all I'm doing is I'm taking and painting the very bottom part of my trees. Now, these are trees from the Dollar Tree, I believe. I also had some other trees that I had gotten in a big box a while back from Amazon, and so I can't remember which ones I used, but either way, I wanted it to have a snowy base on the tree, and I know the Dollar Tree ones have wood and they also have metal. So I did that to all 3 of them, and then I also dry brushed or just added globs of paint, again using the white Waverly chalk, to the trees to give them more of a snowy effect, because while the trees had a snowy effect, I wanted it more pronounced. And then all I did was I just glued the 3 trees into the bottom of this little ornament globe. And again, I don't know what it's called. It's like a hanging globe or something like that. But I used Epsom salt, and I also used Dollar Tree snow, fake snow, faux snow. You can use one or the other or both. I actually like to mix both of them because I love the crystallized look of the Epsom salt, which again I got from the Dollar Tree, and I love the sparkly look of the faux snow that it gives. So I love the complement of both of them together. Now, when you're applying your ribbon to the bottom, if you have any lines, please make sure that they look okay and they line up well. You will see here in a second, I am going to take it off because my lines were wavy. They were all over the place. Then I had to peel all that glue off and then start again. So when you're using anything with a straight line, I hope you are much better applying it than I was, because I really struggled with this. And you can see I kind of peel it back a little bit more and then put it back down again and peel it back again and did it again. So finally I think this was the very last time I had to do that, but it was like, I don't know, it was like I was in a bumpy car and it was all over the place. So then all I did for the very top of it is I at first I cut off some of the edge of the clips that go inside, but I struggled getting that back in there after I did that. So I finally nixed that plan and then ended up I just took the whole thing, the whole clip outside. Then I just made a bow, and all I did was I took some off, I tied it in the bottom, and that was it. So I'm actually going to flip it. You're going to see that in a second, but I flipped the bow over and actually put the flat side on top of the silver. Now I am going to take that silver, hot glue it, and stick it back on the top of the ornament. But right now, all I'm doing is I'm using my lighter and just barely getting the edges so that way they don't fray out anymore. And if you do it really quick, you will not see any effects. You have to be very quick though, otherwise you will see a burned look on it. So again, that's all I did. I just wanted to make sure it was going to work. And then I took the same ribbon and I went around the outside of that silver and I just hot glued that down all the way around. And again, just making sure that my lines and everything were going to match up. And then I think I just took some Waverly White and added that to the top, but I'm not sure why I did that. So, because you're not going to see it. And then all you're going to do is you're going to take your hanger and you're going to press it down and on the top, hot glue it, press it down on the top, and then once that's done, you're going to crimp in those edges just so that everything is nice and complete. Now I'm showing here that I did it first. Whatever works easier for you. I realized afterwards I wish I would have done it the way I just said it. So you can look at this, and I'm hoping you're doing this with me. It is very simple. I know that I struggled with it, but it's only because of my ribbon making and my ribbon applying skills. So I'm sure yours are much better than mine. So I hope that you had fun doing this one, because this one really was nice, fun, and easy. Just a really cute little project, and it looks so adorable hanging up. So you're going to see that in just a second. I'm just still playing with who knows what. I'm still probably playing with glue or the ribbon or whatever. I should have cut that part out. I apologize that I didn't, because I just kept playing with it. But so then I think is it this where I get it? Yep, this is where I get the matte finish Modge Podge, and I apply it to both of my ornament bottoms that I use because I wanted to make sure that it was going to stay sealed. And again, I apologize because I thought I had deleted all of this, because there's no reason for you to see it. But this is this is my life as a crafter sometimes. You know, you think you get something done and then you realize you really didn't do it at all. So anyhow, I am still playing around with the glue. What I wanted to show you though was this fun, and I think I've showed you before in other videos, but I love this little ladybug, and I'm going to put her down in the description below. They have some pigs, they have a couple other things. This is what I thought was cuter, so that's what I got. But it is, I mean, it picks up glitter, it will pick up little glue bits. I have used it actually on my floor when I've gotten done crafting and noticed the mess I made. I will clean up the little bit of the floor right in the area where I'm at. It is so nice, so convenient, empties easily, and just takes a couple batteries. So again, I added the snow, mixed it around, and decided I probably needed a little bit more snow, and so I probably added a little bit more snow. Yep, I did. So I'm adding a little bit more Epsom salt because I really wanted a snowy background. So this is all I did. I flipped the trees again, back upside right, and it is so stinking cute. Just these three trees by themselves. And I love this more natural look that this ribbon gives. So I do try to save what I can, what I spill out, but you're going to see this in a second hanging up. It is so stinking cute. I hope you like it. If you like it, put a little tree emoji down in the comments below and let me know what you think. So again, very cute, very simple. What do you think? I mean, isn't it so sweet? It's just very cute. So for our second ornament today, we are going to be, again, using one of these globe bottoms, and that is what we're going to need for the second ornament, and just some of the Dollar Tree. You're going to see it in just a second, but it'll also be in the description below. You're just going to need some, again, I've already painted this, so this step is already done. I'm just taking the tag off now, and oh my goodness, I thought I deleted all of this. So, wow. I guess I should have watched more of this than I thought, because I definitely thought I deleted this. So again, I'm just going to take the top off of it in a second, And no, I'm not. I'm going to leave this one just like it is because with the tree inside, you really can't see the little prongs hanging down. I'm using these two items from the Dollar Tree. One of them, I'm going to use the lampshade, one of the lampshades. Then out of the other, this is just for the Christmas tree, like the Tree Village setups that you get. So it's two packages, but you only use like one out of both of them. So it's like what, 33 cents a piece. And then I'm just taking the little snowman out of there. And that's what I'm going to use for beside this. I also have a tree that, again, something that I had gotten from either, probably this one looks like a Dollar Tree tree. So this is the Dollar Tree, and again, I just wanted to add more snow, so I just glued all of these into the bottom where I thought they looked the best. And then once I got them placed in there, I just, again, I did the same thing. I added some fake snow, and then I added some Epsom salts, mixed it up, and then put it in there. But when I did it this time, I the snowman was hidden. It was so funny. Like, I wish I would have, you can't really see it when the camera's up above. So I had to take some of that snow out of there. And then this was the ribbon. I just did the same exact thing that I did with the first one. I put the ribbon around the bottom. And then instead of taking the hanger out, I actually just put a hanger, used the ribbon as the hanger, and then also made a cute little bow out of this material, which you'll see in just a second. Again, I thought I fast forwarded through all of this, so I apologize because this video is way longer than what it needed to be because all of the things I thought I did, I guess I didn't. But originally this was like an hour and 10 minutes, so I guess 22 minutes is much better than an hour and 10 minutes. But anyhow, so I'm just doing the same thing. I was struggling for some reason getting my lighter to work. And so I'm just again burning the ends just barely so that I can see how it was on fire. You have to be really quick. So just burning the ends just so that it doesn't fray any. And see how quick it literally just bypass the flame right beside the ribbon and it'll be great. So I am again making a ribbon here, which you cannot see because I struggle with ribbon anyhow. So I'm going to go ahead and just let you watch this part of it. I love fast speed because seriously, watching me do ribbons and trying to tie anything is just hilarious to me because I struggle with it so much. But as you can see here, I just added it at the top. And then I just added it again around the bottom, just hot gluing it, and it was that simple. And then the next one is that you're going to try to see me struggle with making a ribbon to just a little teeny tiny bow to go on this. And I mean, I have this fast forwarded and I'm still struggling to make the bow. And you thought I was making the bow earlier. I don't even know what I was doing. I thought I was making the bow earlier, but it wasn't until now that I'm making the bow. So then I just made the bow. When it was finally cute enough, I cut it off. I again um, I thought I did the little ends, but I guess I didn't. And then I just hot glued that to the bottom. I centered it at that top. And again, on this one, also Modge Podge the bottom of it, so that way the paint wouldn't nick off at all. Since it was already distressed, I didn't want any actual nicks in it. Then I am Modge Podging the top and part of the sides, and then just some droopy parts here and there, like where snow would be. And that's how I'm getting ready to do the snow. So I put on a nice thick coat of this Modge Podge all over. And then all I'm doing is I'm dropping snow on top and I just keep turning it around and dropping it here and there. I try to pat some down and I drop it on the sides. And you'll see in just a second, hopefully, that it's got some like little gloopy. I don't know what the good word is for it, but it's like, well, I'm gonna stick with gloopy because that's all I can think of. But it just reminds me of like snow hanging off of something. So as you can see, I kind of have, and what I did, it's actually much, there's more of it. So I went back and added more Modge Podge and another layer just to make it a little bit thicker because I felt like it needed a little bit more snow, and that's what I wanted to look like it had been snowed on. So for our next ornament, for our third and our fourth ornament, we're going to be using those teardrop or bulb looking ornaments that you can get at the Dollar Tree. And it, it was fairly easy, but what I wanted to warn you of right now, because I used Epsom salt and the faux snow, which I told you before I love to do. So I used much more of the Epsom salt than what I should have. And so it makes it really, really heavy. So I would caution you to use more of the faux snow than the Epsom salt. So all I'm doing here is I'm taking off the tags, I'm taking off the top hanger because I just did not want to use that. I wanted to use again some more of my snowflake ribbon that I have, and I'm gonna again just make a knot for that and attach it to the very top of that bulb, which you're gonna see in a second. And again, I'm just here making a long loop. I'm going to struggle making this bow and trying to put a knot in it and bring it to the end. So I should have made the loop a little bit longer because I just needed more area because of the type of fabric, I guess the ribbon is. I really struggled with getting putting that little loop in there. So again, I'm adding my faux snow and I'm adding the Epsom salts, but I would caution you to use less of the Epsom. If you're going to mix it, use less of the Epsom salt. You could totally do this with the faux snow. You could totally do this with those little snowball balls that you see that Dollar Tree has. You can mix the little snowballs and the faux snow together, would be cute. But this is what I used, but again, it was very stinking heavy and it did clog a couple times, so I had to use my little scissors in order to get it to go down. So all I did next was I had the picture of the word Noel that I wanted to use. So I thought, well, I'll just try to freehand this. And it actually didn't do too bad. I think this was a paint marker that I had gotten from, I think probably Dollar Tree. What I am going to tell you now, and I started with the O because I wanted to make the N more pronounced. And so I figured if I started with the O, I would get my letters more even. And I apologize for the light. At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, there's this one window over my door, and if it is sunny outside, it's impossible for me to work at the table without getting terrible glare and terrible shadows. But it makes it very nice and bright and sunny in here, but only in that one spot. So anyhow, I use this paint marker, but it just was not like it just wasn't dark enough. So I ended up getting um my Sharpie and going over all of the letters, and that turned out much better, so much prettier with using the Sharpie. The other thing I want to tell you that I did is I also on one of my other ones I also used some paint, so I went over the paint pen with a paint. But over both of them, which you're not going to see the other ornament, but over both of them, I just barely put some Modge Podge over top of the Noel letters. That way it would not scuff off at any time, like on a tree or with somebody handling it. So, isn't it so stinking cute? Like, I mean, it is so pretty. I love like the little snow bits inside of it. But again, just warning you, watch the Epsom salt. So, but I love this. Like, this was free-handed, and I was so happy with the results of it. And again, just very cute, very simple, and I hope you like it. So, on to DIY ornament number 4. We are using again the same bulb that we used for DIY ornament number 3, the little bulb, the little bulb. And all I'm doing is I have a pick from the Dollar Tree, and I just decided to, again, take it all apart, and I took the top piece off of the bulb as well. So I am just getting off one of the bigger picks and then some of those berries. And then I think I had oh yeah, I have the Pinecones sitting there. So I am just getting what I think is going to look good. And I realize I have to chop down that pick just a little bit more because it is much too big for the bulb, which, depending on what you use. And I also, I don't know if I show it here, but I also ended up trimming just a little bit of those branches because they were so wide, but I don't know if you can see that here or not. So I decided to add the Epsom salts first. And I just put Epsom salts in this. I did not put any faux snow, I don't think. I know it's funny after doing this. I did this one a few days ago, so I don't know. But I was fluffing things out. See, yep, here I go. I remembered I had to trim some of this off because it just didn't look right inside of that bulb because it was big and bushy, and so it just looked fake, which is funny because, it is fake, but it didn't look as good. So I had put some pine cones in there, and once I get this pine pick to the way I want it, then I can put it back in there and I'm much happier with the results. It looks much better. So I just take, something long so I can poke everything around to the way I want it. And again, I hate messes. So I'm surprised I didn't use my little ladybug here, but I didn't. So all I did to finish this was I just attached a buffalo check ribbon to the top, and that was it. I mean, another really quick, really simple thing. And I didn't attach the knot part, I attached the flat part to the top of this. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you made some of these crafts along with me. If you did, put an emoji of whatever it was that you made. I know it's going to be kind of difficult, but there's trees, there's a snowman, there's like a word. So thank you so much for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, I hope that you do. So that way, whenever I post again, you will be able to be a part of it. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Be blessed and be a blessing to someone else.